All right, everybody, how's it going? How's it going tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Now, I want to go ahead and get started on this. And, let's talk about this. You know, if you're still relying on one job, you're one email away from being broke or from broke. Let's just face it. If you're relying on one job, you're one email away from broke, literally. And let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Now, let me know where you guys are watching from. How's everybody doing? Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. And let me know where you're all watching from. Now, I reside in Jacksonville, Florida, in the United States. Now, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. If you're just here to sit and scroll, this live ain't for you. This live is not for entertainment. I'm not here to make you laugh or to help you kill time while you scroll. My goal here is to serve people and give people value. That is my goal here with this live stream. That is my goal here. And I'm here to help build future CEOs and future business owners. So I'm here for the people who are serious about changing their life. The ones tired of clocking in every day, tired of trading time for money, and ready to learn the skills to build something real and eventually be able to leave your 9 to 5 for good. That is my goal here. And I'm also talking to the ones, who are also doing gig work. Now, I'm talking to my people now. I am talking to my people. If you are a 9 to 5 worker and you're a gig worker, like if you drive for DoorDash or Uber or you do Lyft, you giving people rides and deliveries, you are my people because those are the two things that I used to do. So if that doesn't describe you and you're okay with working a 9 to 5 job, then again, this live stream is not for you. I'm gonna kindly ask you to scroll up or scroll down. All right. And there's plenty other live streams on here where you can look at entertainment about the latest politics and Sean Diddy Combs and all that other stuff. Plenty of entertainment. But I'm here to educate people. That's my goal here. So if you're tired of doing Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and you know putting strangers in your car and driving them for miles up and down these highways, you're tired of doing food deliveries, getting food from people's restaurants and getting people's lunch and dinners and running up and down 3 and 4 flights of stairs or going to these strangers' houses to deliver food. You deserve better. You don't have to do that. You deserve better. You truly do. Now listen, if you're here on my live stream, just here to troll and disrupt my life and disrespecting others on here, it will not be tolerated and you will be blocked. All right? I want real people here. People ready to work smarter and not harder. So if that's you, engage, comment, and stay locked in. Everybody else, you can just scroll on. We are building business owners here and we are building legacies. Now, let's be real. Every single month we work hard, we get that paycheck, and before the weekend's even over, it's gone. Am I right? Am I right about it? You pay rent, you pay your mortgage, you pay your other bills. You grab that Starbucks in the morning, maybe order something off Amazon, right? Am I right about it? Or binge watch Netflix at night after work. And you tell yourself, I deserve this. And guess what? You really do. You really do. But here's what most people don't realize. All those things, that money, it's gone forever and it never comes back. You are basically working to fund other people's businesses. For example, Netflix, Amazon, Starbucks, Temu, Sheen, whatever you want to call it. While they're all getting richer and you're just getting by. Drop a fire chat in the chats if I'm making sense to you. Drop a fire in the chats if I'm making sense to you. And anybody's here? Is anybody there? Anybody that's watching, let me know where you're watching from. Again, my name is Steven. I'm an online business coach, and I used to be a 9 to 5 worker, and I worked retail for 12 years. And I did gig work like Uber and DoorDash. I did those for 4.5 months before I discovered online business where they're teaching me the skills on how to be my own boss and be a business owner. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that like. Thank you so much. I appreciate the like. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. So, and now I help other 9 to 5 workers and gig workers, learn the skills to leave their 9 to 5 for good. Now, if you're more interested in what I'm talking about, and if you really want to connect with me, my direct link will be right here in the chat. The pinned link, and it'll say legacywithsteven.com, and you'll also get a free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. So let's connect. Okay. So now, imagine this for a second. What if you took that same one to 200 or $200 you spend every single month on things that disappear and put it towards something that could build your future? Something that could actually give you your time, and not just time on the weekends, but your time back in general. Because here's the truth: wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from learning how to make your money work for you. And I get it, you guys. I absolutely get it, because I used to be that person. I did the 9 to 5 retail stuff for 12 years. I'm actually, I'm a former Walmart employee. Worked for that company for 12 years. Clocked in and clocked out. I was always exhausted. Worked 40 plus hours a week. And I thought the only way to make more money was to work more hours. But then in May of 2022, I got a very rude wake up call and I lost my job. I did not have a backup plan or anything. After that, I was struggling for a while, for a few months, and that's when I discovered gig work, because my sister's boyfriend, he was actually, he just graduated. Him and my sister graduated high school that year, and they, he started doing gig work. So he's like, well, why don't you, give DoorDash a try? I'm like, okay. Because, they always, DoorDash and Uber, they're always advertising, talking about, you can be your own boss and set your own hours and all that stuff. But here's the truth, you guys. After doing that for 4 months, I realized, it wasn't for me. Because guess what? It's another rat race. Let's see, Lamont Jr. Hi, Lamont Jr. How you doing today? Thank you. I thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful night so far. Appreciate you. But yeah, after doing that for 4 months, I realized, gig work was not for me. Because guess what? Even though they say you can be your own boss, but as long as you're, it's like clocking into an app. You're still working for somebody else. And not only that, you have to use your personal vehicle. You have to, you have to do these deliveries, and then give strangers rides in your car and stuff, and then driving them up and down these highways. Now, look, I'm not against nobody working a 9 to 5 job, and I'm not against anybody doing DoorDash or Uber. I mean, hey, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. My aunt used to say that years ago. Bless her heart. She passed away now, but she used to say. I remember her saying that years ago. She's like, "Honey, if you like it, I love it." We used to laugh. Me and my brothers and sisters stuff. We used to laugh about that all the time. But she's like, "If you like it, I love it." So, again, you guys, if you like what you do, again, this live stream is not for you. If you like working for somebody else, you like getting up early in the morning, taking a shower, sometimes skipping breakfast, sitting in traffic for almost an hour just to go to work, and then you have to clock in, and then being told what to do by your boss, and sometimes being yelled and screamed at, and being told when you can take a break and stuff, and all that stuff. Hey, if you like it, I love it. Hey, keep doing what you do. But what I'm talking about here is about, I'm talking to people who are sick and tired of doing that, and who wants a change and who wants something better. So, if you're sick and tired of that and you're looking for a change, put a fire emoji in the chat. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you're ready for a change. So, again, after 4 months, I was like, nope, this is not for me, because you're, even as a gig worker, you're still trading time for dollars. So for the next year and a half, I did my research, and I was looking at other stuff like drop shipping, all that stuff. But I was like, no, that's not for me. So um, a year and a half later, in March of 2024, which was a year ago now, I was actually scrolling on TikTok. Like many of you guys do. I was just like many of you. I was just a scroller. But I was also looking for ways to make money online. So I came across this older country gentleman who was talking about working 2 hours a day from his cell phone. So as soon as he said that, I stopped dead in my tracks. I'm like, is this real? Or is this too good to be true? So I listened to him. He said you can work 2 hours a day from your phone. If you just lost your job, or if you're working a 9 to 5 job that you don't like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be there. You can stay home like I can, and you can work from your phone. I'm like, really? Okay, so for the next 5 days, he was talking about sort of the same things, but in different ways. So I listened to him, and I leaned in. But at the same time, I did my research too. I also did my research about what he was talking about. So it only took me 5 days to sit on it. And on the fifth day, on March 17th of 2024, it was around 11 p.m. I think, yeah, it was on a Friday evening. I decided to take that leap of faith. I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of what I was doing, and I know deep down I didn't want to have to go back and work for somebody else. So guess what? I took that leap of faith and I invested in myself. Yes, I said the word investment. Any kind of business that you're going to get into, or whatever, you have to make an investment. It's just no other way around it. Because that's with any business out there. You got to make an investment. So, and that's okay. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you for the likes. Okay. But, so, and that's what I did. Now, was I scared? Yeah, I was scared. I was skeptical. But guess what? My fear of staying stuck, going back to where I was after losing that job, I knew I didn't want to have to go back and work another job for 12 years or another 25 years. That scared the heck out of me. So, and I was willing to take the small calculated risk. So, okay. So, but yeah, I invested in myself. So from there, I started to plug in and lock in. And then when I started to learn how to build an online business and learning the skills, working just 2 hours a day, everything started to change. Everything started to change. And that's why I am here tonight. I'm here tonight to let somebody, to wake that part of you up and let someone out there know that there is more to life than just that next paycheck to paycheck. Type yes if you're ready to make money work for you. And guys, you know what's crazy? Most people spend more money in one weekend than it would take to start their own online business. But they don't think twice about Starbucks. They don't think twice about Amazon or eating out, every single week. A $5 coffee here, a $12 to $15 lunch there. Make it make sense now. Come on, make it make sense. You know? Make it make sense. Hey there, how you doing tonight? How's it going today? Welcome to the live. Welcome to live. You guys, if you're just joining, let me know where you're watching from. My name is Steven. I'm an online business coach, and I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, USA. And I help. And I was a 9 to 5 worker myself. I worked retail for 12 years, and I also did gig work for four months. And now I help others to learn the skills to be able to, make money from their phone. Can you? Yeah, sure, absolutely, absolutely, definitely. I love subscribers. Absolutely love subscribers. So definitely feel free. They appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, people get $5 coffee here. 12 to $15 lunch there. You know, excuse me. Let me clean up house here. All right. So if you guys come into the live stream, please be respectful. We're respectful of everybody here. So we're not here to discriminate. We're not here to talk down to anybody or anything. You know. So just be respectful. I hate to block people, but I will if I have to. Sir, you don't have to donate. That's fine. Just listen in. I'm not looking for donations or anything. Just follow. You can just follow along with me, and just follow along with me. All right. But I appreciate it though. You don't have to donate anything. I'm no different. I'm no different than you guys are. I'm just an ordinary person who lives in Florida. I was a retail worker for 12 years, and after I went to college for 2 years, and then before that, of course, I went to school just like everybody else. I was taught just like everybody else. When I was growing up, go to school, get good grades. Graduate high school, go to college, and get a job. And that's what I did. I went to college for a couple of years, but the subject that I was looking into, I realized I was not interested in that. So, and that's how I ended up at the dead end 9 to 5 Walmart job. So, um, I worked there for 12 years of my life, and then in May of 2022, they fired me. So, and I was just like everybody else. I thought it was safe. I was comfortable, but I couldn't have been more wrong. And that gave me a big wake up call, and it made me realize I was truly trading time for dollars. Anytime you're clocked into a job, you're building somebody else's wealth. You're building somebody else's dreams. What about your dreams? What about your goals? Those companies and CEOs that you're working for, you're building their futures. You're building the futures of their children, their grandchildren, their great great grandchildren. And you know, you don't have to. What about your children? What about the future of your family? What legacy would you leave behind for your family if something happened to you? That's what I'm talking about here. And that really gave me a wake up call. So in the business that I'm a part of now, which is in this master resale rights, digital products, and I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. But it really, really changed my life. Now, do I make money every day? No, I don't. No, but however, I am learning the skills to get there. You can never get me to go back to a 9 to 5 job. I would never do it again. Now, hey, again, like I said earlier, if you like it, I love it. You like working for somebody else, you like, doing Uber and DoorDash, because all that together is just one big rat race. It's a big rat race, you know? It's one big rat race. And and it's a rat race, and it's a race that never ends. So, you know, Warren Buffett said it this way: if you're not learning to make passive income in your sleep, if you are not learning the skills to make passive income in your sleep, you will work until the day you pass away, or you will work until the day that you are so old, to the point where you can no longer physically do that work. And then you end up with all kind of health problems. And that's what usually happens to a lot of people who work for so many years. They work until they're old, and they end up with a lot of health problems. So, and this, guys, it's 2025. We only have what, a month, about basically a month and a half left in this year. 2026 is almost here. There's a way out of that situation, that job that you don't like. You don't have to keep working yourself silly for someone else if you don't want to. There is a way out. If you're tired of struggling and that job is not paying you enough, or if you just recently lost your job, like I did, 3 years ago, I feel that pain because I know how it is to get fired. 'Cause it's not a good feeling. And I thought my job was safe, but I couldn't have been more wrong. So, don't be like me. Don't wait until you lose your job to finally figure out that you need to do something better, or you're in panic mode. Have some kind of backup plan for yourself. Have a plan, at least have some kind of plan B in place just in case something happens to that job. And that's what I'm trying to tell you today. So, anyway, like I said earlier, we spend $12 to $15 on a lunch there, $50 to $200 to eat out at dinner, like at Cheesecake Factory, Olive Garden, Carrabba's, Red Lobster, those kind of places. Real expensive places, and guess what? We won't hesitate twice to drop $100 to $300 tickets to go see Beyonce, right? Go see Nicki Minaj, right? Go see Rihanna. Go see Chris Brown. Lil Wayne, or somebody like that. If people even still see Lil Wayne, I don't know. Anyway, guess what? Every time you spend money on those concert tickets, you're making those singers even more richer. Believe it or not, you're helping them to build their empires even more. What about your empire? And guess what? Their families' futures are secure. Their children's futures are secure. What about your children? What about your grandchildren? You know, hey mama, let's, mom, can we go to a video arcade today? You know. Oh no, no, little Johnny, and unfortunately, mommy cannot afford to take you guys out to the video arcade today. Don't you hate saying no to your kids when they ask you to go somewhere and you have to say no because your job doesn't pay you enough? Don't you hate that? Isn't that the worst feeling? Guess what? You don't have to keep telling them no. There is a way out of it. You can have an online business where you work from your cell phone 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, and you'll be taught the skills step by step. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys today. You know, and I'm just trying to prove a point here. And for most people, now I'm not saying all people, but most people. Now some people are struggling, they really are. But most people are not broke. You're just funding everybody else's dreams, and you've got to ask yourself, what would happen if I invested some of that same money that I go to concerts with, that I go to jazz festivals with, that I go out to dinner every single day or every single week with, or that same money that I spend, that I go buy 10 wigs from the Asian beauty supply store. What if I took that same money and I invested in a business where I can make reoccurring income? Because guess what? We have reoccurring bills every month. Am I right? We have reoccurring bills every month. Why not have a reoccurring income stream every month? Make it make sense now. Make it make sense. Because let's be real, you guys. Let's be real. Netflix is not going to make you passive income. Starbucks is not going to pay your rent or pay your mortgage. Amazon isn't going to retire you. But the skills that you learn and that you build for yourself, those will feed you for life. Now, let me ask you this. If you were to lose your cell phone right now, or somehow, goodness forbid, it got damaged, broken, or lost, you would literally go into panic mode, right? You would literally go into panic mode. You would be racing down to that store somewhere, pulling out your card and grabbing a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max without even thinking twice. I'm just using the iPhone 17 Pro Max as an example. You don't have to get a Pro Max, whatever. Everybody doesn't like the Pro Max, but anyway, I'm just using that as an example. But guess what? And you'll get that without even thinking twice about it. And guess what? You would even put that on a payment plan with no hesitation. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The cell phone that I have right here, I put, when I first got this cell phone, 2 years ago, I put that on a payment plan. That's exactly what I did. And I actually just paid it off this year, so it's good to go. But anyway, yeah, but you'll put that thing on a payment plan without thinking twice about it. Because guess what? You know why you'll put on a payment plan? Because you rely on your cell phone every single day. Every single day you rely on it. Excuse me. But here's the part that blows my mind. The business that I'm talking about right now, the same one that changed my life, it costs less than the same phone that you would gladly go and finance. And the difference, the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, it will cost you money every single month on that payment plan. But this business that I have, it can make you money from that same phone that you're already using. Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now, let me make something very clear here. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not trying to beg anybody for anything. And you really have to have an open mind for it. And this is where most people scroll away because, most people, and myself included, I had a mindset of an employee. See, most employees have mindsets of, consumers. But as a business owner, you got to have a mindset of an investor. And that's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not here to beg for anything. But what I'm doing here is offering you an opportunity. Okay? My goal here is to serve people and give people value. That's what this live stream is about. This is not for entertainment. If you're looking for entertainment, there are plenty of live streams here on YouTube where you can go and watch all the latest dramas and everything and the latest news topics about, celebrities and all that stuff. There are plenty of live streams for that. But this is for people who are sick and tired of working that 9 to 5 job that they know they don't like, that they're stressed and broke and disgusted with. People who are tired of having people, having strangers ride in their cars doing Lyft and Uber, driving people up and down these streets and highways. People who are tired of, doing food deliveries and getting food from restaurants and getting people's lunch and dinners. People who are tired of getting groceries from the grocery stores and taking it to people's houses and and going up and down 3 and 4 flights of stairs. Those are the people that I am talking to, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Those are my people. I want you to understand again, these are my people. So if you're not related to that, then this live stream is not for you, okay? You can scroll up or you can scroll down. But I'm talking to my 9 to 5 workers and gig workers who are sick and tired of being sick and tired and they want to change their life. And if that's you, let's connect. I would love to work with you. I would love to help you. If you want to learn more about this business opportunity that I'm doing, I invite you to hit that link in my pinned chat. Hit the link in my pinned chat. It will be pinned. And it'll say legacywithsteven.com and it's highlighted in blue. Put in your first name and your email and let's connect. And I would love to work with you. And you'll also receive let me go up here. I don't know if I can. You'll also get your free free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me, your free freedom blueprint copy, okay? So let's connect and I'd love to work with you. All right, you guys. So now Again, my goal here is to serve people and give people value, okay? And you know what? And I get it, you guys. I truly get it. I get it when people scroll away the moment they hear the word that says investment, right? Because for years I was the exact same way. When I heard the word investment, when I heard the word of, online business and all that stuff, I thought it was a scam and pyramid scheme. I was just like you guys. I thought the exact same way. I was taught, see, you know, as society, and most of our parents have taught us in schools, they've taught us how to be consumers, not investors. Excuse me, you guys. Most 9 to 5 workers were trained to spend money, not to multiply it. We were taught how to just make enough money to pay bills, pay taxes, buy gas, and we do it all again the next week and next year. But nobody ever teaches us how to make our money work for us. We've been told that the safest thing to do is to get a job, stay loyal, depend on that paycheck. But guess what, you guys? We've all recently seen the news. Layoffs are happening everywhere. Amazon, UPS, and Party City, and even government jobs have, a lot of people have been laid off from those jobs. You know, Joanne Fabrics. People have lost their jobs. So guess what? The real danger is not investing in yourself. Because guess what? You have to invest in yourself. I'm just keeping it real here. Again, this live stream is not for everybody. Everybody's not ready to hear that, and that's understandable. But those of you who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you about had it up to your head, there's a way out, and that's what I'm here to talk to, and that's what I'm here for, to talk to you about. So the real danger isn't investing. The real danger is staying in that comfort zone of yours, staying a consumer for the rest of your life, watching everybody else take that calculated risk while you're trading your time for a false sense of security. And let me tell you something, the job that you're working at, that's a false sense of security. Because guess what? When a job can let you go without warning, when they can let you go or fire you without warning, without even thinking about it twice, without even caring, and they can lay you off whenever they want to, when they feel like it, that is a dangerous spot. That is a dangerous spot to be in. That's even more dangerous than trying something new where you can become your own boss. And this is what I'm here to talk to you about today. So that's why what I share. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I'm here to help you to wake up to the fact that you can have the power to shift from being a consumer to becoming a creator and a business owner, and creating your own income. And the sad thing is, the majority of people out here in society will never ever invest in themselves because they think this or any other type of business is a scam. A lot of people even think brick and mortar businesses are a scam. But guess what? Those brick and mortar businesses, guess what? They had to invest too. They had to invest too. Any kind of business you start, you're going to have to make some kind of investment. Even with these online platforms, guess what? And all these apps, guess what? These apps that you go on, guess what? Somebody had to make an investment. Somebody out there had to make an investment. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about. So you have to shift from that you got to shift from that. You have to make a shift from that employee mindset, from that consumer mindset to a business owner and investment mindset. If you don't have that mindset, then you'll never escape that 9 to 5. You will never escape doing food deliveries and giving people rides and putting wear and tear on your car. And you'll do that for the rest of your life. I'm just being real with you guys. I'm just being real with you. See, people who don't care about you, they're not going to tell you these things. But people who care about you, they're going to tell you these things. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. And so business owners take a calculated risk, and that's why they're being successful. And that's why most 9 to 5 workers living from paycheck to paycheck are broke, busted, and disgusted. Make it make sense now. Are broke, busted, and disgusted. Make it make sense. And the point I'm trying to make here is, you guys, a 9 to 5 job will never make you rich, ever. The 9 to 5 job is designed to just enough to pay you, so you have to keep coming back and slaving away and trading time for another 2 weeks before getting paid again. There's no way to make extra money from that paycheck. That paycheck that you get, that's it. That's all you get. But when you have an online business, you can make an income stream reoccurring, and you can make passive income in your sleep. You could literally make passive. You can run a bag from your phone. You can run a money bag from your phone, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. You know, an opportunity where you can invest one time in yourself, in your family, and you don't have to put anything down today. And if you're willing to learn the skills, you can start earning reoccurring income from your phone. Now, the business that I'm going to be showing you is called the Legacy Builders Program. It's a Master Resale Rights, or MRR. Does anybody know what Master Resale Rights is? Does anyone know what Master Resale Rights are? If anybody knows what Master Resale Rights are, put a happy face emoji in the chat, or in the comments if you're going to be watching this live stream after this live stream is over, because once it's over, it's automatically going to be saved to replay. So you better watch this over and over again. And of course, my link will be in the description of this live stream replay. So you can go to my link at any time and you can connect with me. So does anybody know what Master Resale Rights are, or MRR? No? Okay, so Master Resale Rights is when you can sell a digital product over and over and over again. And guess what? With Master Resale Rights, you make 100% profit. I don't make when you get a customer, I don't make the sale, you make the sale. And you get 100% profits that go straight to you. It goes straight to your wallet, straight to your purse or pocketbook or whatever you got. It goes straight to you. I don't get it. Nobody else gets it, but you get it. And that's what I'm talking. That's what I want to talk to you about today. So here's what I have to offer you guys. I'm fixing to show you exactly what I have to offer. Here, give me a second. Give me a sec. Have to unplug because I had to charge my phone and my gimbal. Have you guys sitting on a gimbal. Let's show you exactly what we have to offer. So I'm going to turn you right over here. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm turning you right here. So this is, I don't know if I have my thing. This is what I have to offer right here. Here, just a second. Give me a second, guys. I want to, because I really want to show you this. Let me go get my pin pointer. You know what I love about this business? I get to work from home, and I work 2 hours a day. I don't have to go sit in traffic. I don't have to, go put up with a toxic boss. I don't have to worry about losing my job if they get pissed off or anything. I don't have to worry about losing my job. I'm my own boss with this, and I work and I set my own time and my own schedule, and you can do the exact same thing. Okay, so this is what I want to show you here. Let me drink some coffee here. Give me a sec. So I'm in the Legacy Builders Program, and what we offer, this is a Master Resale Rights e-learning digital products. And guess what? And these products I didn't even have to create. Somebody else created these products for me. and you'll get the exact same thing that I have. So right here we have 4 digital products. Now this one is the $100 launch pad. This gives you the master resale rights to this one digital product. You can make $100 a day with this one product. $100 a day. That's $36,000 a year. Just imagine now. Now, it's not life-changing money, no, but however, you know, it will definitely help you get caught up on a whole lot of bills. I mean, hey, 35,000 a year, that sounds real good to me right about now. But anyway, you get if you get a customer with this, you get master resale rights to this if you invest in this. Now remember, if you get people that want to buy for this, you can't sell these. You can only resell this because that's what you invested in. Now this one is the $300 passive daily pay blueprint. You get the master resale rights to this and that. So you better resell both of these digital products right here. You can resell both of these digital products. And again, that's 100 and the 300, which is these two right here. So if you get a customer who wants to get this or this, you cannot resell those to them because you only have the master resale rights to this one and this one. Now this one right here is the $600 digital mastery. $600 digital mastery. So you'll have the resale rights to the 600, the 600, the 300, and the 100. That's what you're going to have the master resale rights to. So you better have the master resale rights to these 3 digital products. And remember, these are the e-learning digital products in the e-learning industry. And the digital marketing e-learning industry is set to be going towards to be $1.5 trillion by 2030. 1.5 trillion by 2030. So, and guess what? Digital marketing is only 1%. It is only 1%. You know, and on social media, there is over 5.8 billion people on social media every single day. And digital marketing is only 1% of that. So guess what? And this is the elite package right here. Legacy Builders Program. You'll have the master resale rights to all 4 digital products. You can resell this one, and this one. So what you see here is what down here. So with this right here, you'll have 4 streams of income. You can make $100 a day, $300 a day, $600 a day, and $900 a day. And again, that's 4 streams of income that you would have automatically. Now, most people that are working dead-end 9-to-5 jobs and doing food deliveries and giving people rides on these apps, guess what? That's only one income stream. And guess what? You could lose that income stream at any time. Anytime that Uber or DoorDash or whatever, if they decide to deactivate your account, you're out of a job. It's just like getting fired. If Lyft decides to deactivate you, or Spark, if they decide to deactivate you, it's just like losing a job. You can get fired. And it's no different from your 9-to-5 job. If your job decides they want to let you go, they don't have to give you no warning. If they decide to let you go when they feel like it, and when they decide, that is a dangerous spot to be in. So, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, your 9-to-5 is not secure. It is not secure one bit. Yes, and you know why? Because I got fired from my job after 12 years of working in retail. In May of 2022, I lost my job after 12 years of serving the company. I did not have a backup plan, and I did not know what to do. But it took me over a year to finally come across something that I could have master resale rights to, where I can be a business owner. Hello, where I can work from my phone. I can work from this cell phone that I'm talking to you on. I can work from this phone, and this cell phone that you're looking at me with, you can work from this too. 2 hours a day. and you can resell digital products that you did not have to create over and over and over again. And guess what? You make 100% profit that goes straight to you. It doesn't go straight, it doesn't go to me, it doesn't go to anybody else. It goes straight to you. So you would have the master resale rights to these 4 digital products. Am I making myself clear? Make it make sense now. Make it make sense. And another thing is, I want to show you some stuff. We also offer payment plans. We offer payment plans. Now, this is my website right here, and this is what I'm showing you. This is exactly what you'll get. So we do offer payment plans. You know, you could do PayPal, or you can do this one right here, or you can do this one right here. Either 3. And guess what? I'm gonna show you exactly what we have to offer. You know, again, guess what, you guys? We put stuff on payment plans every single day. We put stuff on payment plans every single day. So why not put a business on payment plans? Because that's exactly what I did. I didn't have the full $300. I didn't have it. And that's what I started with. I started with the $300 level. Here, let me go back over here. I'm gonna show you exactly what I started with. This right here. That's what I started with, and I didn't have the whole $300. So guess what? I did a payment plan. We go on Amazon and all that stuff all the time and put stuff on payment plans. We use Affirm, we use Afterpay, we use Klarna. Why not invest in yourself one time where you can have a reoccurring income stream where you're getting notifications from your phone? Hello? Well, you're getting notifications from your phone. Well, you are getting notifications from your phone. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So again, you could use Klarna, or you could use Afterpay, or any of these right here. I do offer that on my site because, believe me, it's not about it's about the timing. It's really about the timing, because guess what? Again, I've been there. I did my research. I was skeptical. And guess what? Put it on a payment plan. And guess what? With this elite package right here, you could do $55 a month for 18 months. I mean, that's a good deal. You can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. And now with any of these, and then we have of course, we got the 100 right here too. So they range anywhere from 900. Let me go back here. They range anywhere from 900. We go to the next one. 600 digital mastery. 600 digital mastery. $300 passive daily pay blueprint. This is the one that I started out with. And guess what, you guys? I did a payment plan because I couldn't afford the whole thing. See, most people don't start a business because they have the money. Most people start a business because they don't have the money, because they want to improve their life, because they're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being where they are. They're sick and tired of struggling. They're sick and tired of the job that they're working at. They're sick and tired of making food deliveries and giving people rides, and they've had it up to their top of their head with it. And I was at that point. When I lost my job, I was like, you know what? That really opened up my eyes, and I knew deep down I didn't want to have to go back and work for someone else. And that scared me. Going back working another job for another 12 to 25 years, that scares the heck out of me. That scares me even more than having my own business. I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go. So, and that's why I'm here today to talk to you about this, because it's real. I know most of you don't think this is real, and I get it, because I was right there with you. I thought everything was a scam and pyramid scheme. But when I lost my job, it opened up my eyes. It really opened up my eyes. So yeah, You can have your own online business, for this, You can literally have your own business. And guess what? Now, this is what I went with. I went with Klarna. And this is what I went with when I started a year ago when I started my business. This is what I went with. And guess what? When you get your first customer, and we're going to teach you the skills on how to get your first customer, okay? We will teach you the skills on how to get your first customer. And then when I got my first customer, I was able to pay off my business in full. And guess what? After you pay off your business, you're in profit mode. Now, how quickly you get a customer, that's entirely up to you. Are you willing to learn the skills? Are you willing to invest in yourself? That's the most important thing. Look, we invest in companies for years and years of our lives. But how about investing in ourselves in a business one time where we can make money from our phone? We can literally run a bag from our phone. Am I right? Am I right? Hello? You know, if you're not making passive income in your sleep, then what are you doing? If you're not making passive income in your sleep, then you're going to keep working until the day you pass away. It's just how it is. And guess what, you guys? I'm going to show you another thing. I think I'm in the right place. All right, here we are. Now, this is the cheapest level that I showed you earlier. This is a $100 launch pad. $100 launch pad. You could literally have a business. And I'm going to show it to you. You could have a business for. And I always tell people to get this. Get Klarna, because most people are real successful with Klarna. So, and that's what I start out with. You could have a business for under $18 a month, or until you get your first sale. You get your first customer. And again, we're going to teach you the skills step by step on how to get your first customer from your cell phone. But again, that's entirely up to you. And you could have a $100 business for $17 a month, under $18 a month. If you're not willing to invest in $17 a month, then you might as well just stay at that job that you don't like. You might as well just keep working. Go ahead and keep doing that Uber and DoorDash. Go ahead and keep working that 9 to 5 job where that boss is telling you what to do 5 to 6 days a week. Go ahead and keep making your boss more rich. Go ahead and keep making that CEO's lifestyle much better while you keep struggling to pay your bills, while you're just barely getting by. I'm telling you guys, if you can't afford $17.35 a month, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But hey, if you want to check out this full website in full, go to my pinned comment. You'll see a pinned comment, and it'll say legacywithsteven.com, and you get your free freedom blueprint in the first email from me, okay? And let's connect. And I would love to work with you. And I would love to show you exactly what I am doing to make money from my phone and make money in my sleep. Okay? Anybody can do this. Anyone can do it. So, make it make sense. Make it make sense. All right. So I'm going to turn you guys back around. Turn you guys back over here. There we go. All right. So if you want to check out what I showed you, go to my pinned comments. And if you're watching this live stream in the replay, I will also have my link in the description. And also, you can go to the link on my channel's homepage, Legacy with Steven. And you would go to legacywithsteven.com. What you would do, here, hold on. I'm going to show you something real quick. So if you want to be connected with me, you're going to go here. This is where you'll go to. When you click on that, you'll click on the pinned link. You'll put in your first name and email, and you'll hit this button right here. Yes, send me the blueprint now, and you'll be connected with me. You will instantly be connected with me. Okay. So this is exactly what you'll see now. The layout will be a little bit different on your cell phone, but it's still the same thing. So if you want to get connected with me, come on. You'll click on this link right here. You'll click on that. Or just scroll up, and you'll go right there. All right. Now, all right. So let's move on. Now, I do want to talk about this. You will have to pay a $39 website fee, and that $39 website fee is going to cover it will cover your main website that the company will make for you, depending on the program that you choose. Access to your back office, which is your automated system. You'll also get access to our private community of 57,000 people, which is the digital growth community. And you'll also get e-learning access to e-learning training modules in Kajabi. And also in Kajabi, you'll have access to all of your programs depending on which one you invest in. And also, if you decide to invest in the $900 Legacy Builders program, you'll have access to Kajabi to be able to be a certified licensed master reseller. And you'll also have to get, now another thing is you'll also have to get a website fee, and also, you'll also have to get a website domain and also a professional email domain. Now, the reason why you'll need a website domain and the professional email domain, because guess what? You're going to be branding yourself. Now, the email that I have, which is, for example, earn@legacywithsteven.com. That will be my professional email. And then my website domain is legacywithsteven.com. Now, I'm just using those two as examples. Now, you're going to create and make your website domain, your domain names, to customize your personal brand. You're going to make it customizable to fit your personality and your personal brand. So, and a reason why we want professional emails and not Gmails and Yahoos, because a lot of times when you get leads, anytime you send them emails, Gmails and Yahoos, they usually goes straight to spams. And we don't want to go to people's spams. So instead, we want a professional email so they can go straight to your leads. Now, people become your leads when they go to your capture page. When they go to your capture page and they put in their email or put in their first name in the email, they're automatically your lead. Now, that person doesn't become your customer until they purchase from you. And once they purchase from you, then they become your customer. But these two items you will get from GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com. And for me, the prices are very reasonable in GoDaddy. They're very, very reasonable. And guess what? With this business that I have, it's a one-time investment, no monthly expenses. Now, for my website domain, I paid $11.12 for my website domain, legacywithsteven.com. Now, for my professional email, I paid $23.99 roughly. It was a year ago now, so But anyway, but these two items that I'm talking about right now, they are annual expenses. They are not monthly expenses. So you have plenty of time to come up with money to pay those annual expenses. So, and again, they're very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. Now, look, you guys, you think, oh, this guy's just trying to sell us something. But guess what? Here's the truth. You go out and get Louis Vuitton every day. You spend money at Walmart every day, right? You go out to eat at these restaurants every day, like Chipotle and Olive Garden, right? Am I right about it? You go to Carrabba's, right? You go to Red Lobster, right? You go to Chinese buffets, right? Make it make sense. You go buy 10 you go buy 10 sets of wigs a month at a Asian beauty supply store. But guess what? But for most people, when it comes to online business, when they hear about a business opportunity, guess what? They run. And you know why? Because most people have been taught to be consumers and not investors. See, business owners invest. 9 to 5 workers are consumers, and consumers spend money. And society has taught us how to spend, but never to invest. And this is and this really starts in your mind. You have to shift that mindset to be a business owner and not an employee. See, employees, they spend money, but business owners, they invest. They invest money that works for them, even while they're sleeping, even while they're spending time with their family. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand today. So you really have to, this business is not for the weak minded. You really have to shift your mindset. And we also have mindset training in this business as well. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you today. Now, again, I will say this: a lot of people don't wait until they have the money to invest in themselves. Me personally, when I invested in myself, I did it because I didn't do it because I didn't have the money. I did it because I wanted to change, because I was more scared of going back to another 9 to 5, working for somebody else for another 12 to 25 years. And that by itself scared the heck out of me, because I realized that the time that I lost in those 12 years, I can never get that time back. And that's why I invested in myself. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you're tired of what you're doing, you want, because guess what, you guys? Nothing is going to change unless you make a change. And you have to be the change. You know, when you want something bad enough, you're going to do whatever you got to do to get it. Am I right about it? You know, if you want to be with that man bad enough, guess what? You're going to do whatever you got to do to be with that man. Come on now, let's be real. You want that man bad enough, you're going to do whatever you got to do to be with that guy that you want to be with. If you want that car bad enough, you're going to do whatever you have to do to get that new car that you want, right? You want that dress on sale, you're going to do whatever you got to do to go get that dress that's on sale. Make it make sense now. Make it make sense. When you want something bad enough in your life, when you want to change, you're going to do whatever you got to do to make that change. And that's exactly what I did. Because guess what, you guys? Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to rescue you. So no excuses, you guys. No excuses. You know, if you got a phone, you got a business tool right in your hand. And see, the same phone most people are using to scroll Netflix, shop Amazon, uh, shop Sheen, shop Temu, or order Starbucks. Guess what? You can use that exact same cell phone to build and run a business and grow your income and create freedom for yourself and for your family. And you know what I love about this business? You can do, if you have a 9 to 5 job, if you're doing Uber or DoorDash or Lyft or any other kind of gig work that you're doing, you can do this between your breaks on your 9 to 5, or your gig works. You can do a video here. You could do a 7-second video. You can do a 30-second video. You can even do a 1-minute video. And guess what, you guys? You will be taught the skills step by step on what you need to do. Now, look, you guys, I'm not saying quit Uber or DoorDash or Lyft today. I'm not telling you to quit your 9 to 5 job today. However, there is a way out of it if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's the real difference between a consumer and a creator or a business owner. And that right there, that is the mindset shift I'm trying to wake you guys up about tonight. Let's see, is there anybody here? If you're watching, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you guys are from. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I am a former 9-to-5 retail worker. I worked for Walmart for 12 years. I worked retail for 12 years of my life. And in 2022, I lost my job after working there. And then I did gig work for 4 months. No, DoorDash and Uber. And then after that, a year and a half later, I discovered a way to be able to make money from my phone without ever going clocking into somebody else's job again. Now, is this an overnight thing? No, it's not. It takes a little time and it takes a skill to learn. But if you're willing to learn the skills and be coachable and committed and consistent with your business, it's not impossible. Look, you're committed to that job every day. You're committed to doing deliveries and giving people rides, right? You're committed to that every day. Why not be committed to yourself and having your own business? You don't have to keep making your boss rich and making these billion-dollar corporations rich by working for them. Why not work for yourself? And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand today. Now, let's talk about what happens when you make that shift. You start building something that works even when you're not. You wake up and realize the money you made while you slept. And you stop begging your boss and you stop begging to ask for permission to live your best life. And guess what? You literally just made money in your sleep, right? That's what I help people to do through the Legacy Builders program, because guess what? When you're your own boss, you're no longer trading hours for dollars. You're building assets and you're creating income in your sleep. You know, if I can do this, you guys, somebody who has worked retail for over a decade, and I lost my job after over a decade. If I can do this, and I'm just a simple person who lives in the southeastern part of the United States, if I can do this, you can do it. Anybody can do it. But the thing is, the choice is yours whether you want to do it or not. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to get out of that situation that you're in? How bad do you want to stop crying yourself to sleep every night, worrying about how you're going to pay your rent or how you're going to feed your kids or how you're going to pay your mortgage or pay your car payment? There's a way out, and that's what I'm here to talk to you. That's what I'm here to let you know. Again, you guys, this live stream is not for everybody. This live stream is not for everybody. This is for people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're looking for a way out. And some of you have been praying for a way out. But guess what? This is your answer. Look, if you want to connect with me, if you want to learn more about what I'm doing and what I have, and the type of business that I'm doing, connect with me. Go to my pinned comment. It'll say, see, you don't have to stay stuck at a 9-to-5 forever. Freedom starts with one decision. And you'll see that right there. You'll click on my link, you'll put in your details, and let's connect. You'll also get your free Freedom Blueprint copy in your first email from me. You will also get my phone number as well, so you can call, and every email that you get from me, you'll get my phone number. You can call or text me anytime with any questions that you have, or you can reapply to me in email. You can always reach out to me. I'm here to help you. And what I love about this business is that you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You'll always have help. You'll have my help, and you'll have the help of 57,000 other people in our digital growth community. Okay? Now, I just wanted to pause for a minute. I want to hear from you guys. Drop in the chat. What's the one thing you spend money on every month that does not make you money back? Starbucks, Netflix, Amazon, DoorDash, Uber Eats, TikTok Shop. I mean, hey, I'm guilty of that too. I've gone to TikTok shop before and bought some stuff. So now imagine, taking that same amount and putting it into something that teaches you how to build an online business that runs even while you're not working. Now that's where freedom begins. So comment below, what would financial freedom mean to you? More time with your kids, more time to travel, no more boss telling you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. I know that's right. For me, that's true freedom to me. Spending more time with family. Now, me personally, I don't have children, but I do have. I have my brother that I take care of. He has autism, and then I have a younger sister. She just actually just moved out earlier this year. Her and her fiance got their first apartment together. So I'm very, very proud of them. But she's like a daughter to me. So you know, but it's nothing like spending time with your family. And that's what this is all about. See, you can always make more money, but the time that you lose trading it at a job for somebody else that you're working for, you can't get that time back. And so again, it's not about the money. It's about the time, that you're losing and that you can get back with this business that I'm talking to you about. You know? Now, I'm going to be real with you. It actually costs more to stay stuck in a 9 to 5 job or doing gig work than in the long run than it ever will be to have your own business or online business. And I want to talk about the 5 reasons why it costs more to stay stuck in a 9 to 5. Number one, limited income ceiling. You're trading time for money. You can't earn beyond your hourly rate or salary rate, no matter how hard you work. Number two, taxes eat more. Employees and gig workers often pay more in taxes with fewer deductions compared to a business owners. Number three, no leverage. You work once, you get paid once. There's no way to build there's no way to multiply your efforts or earn passively, right? There's just no way to do so. Number four, hidden costs, commuting to work, food, you have to buy lunch. You either take your own lunch to work or you have to go buy lunch. And and believe me, I know I did retail for 12 years. Sometimes I took my lunch to work. Sometimes I had to buy lunch. And guess what? Buying lunch, it gets expensive very quickly, especially in today's economy, especially with how all the prices and everything has gone up and inflation and all that stuff. All the rising prices, that stuff gets expensive fast. Clothing. A lot of jobs, you have to wear uniforms. They want you to wear certain uniforms because they want you to look a certain way for their company. So guess what? You have to spend money on uniform or clothing, work clothes. And then guess what? Time loss in traffic. And guess what? Sitting in traffic for almost an hour just to go to a job that you don't like, that is truly a waste of time. That is truly time that you cannot get back. A lot of people sit in traffic for an hour on the way to work and then the traffic for an hour on the way back from work. I mean, all that stuff adds up very quickly. And especially you're talking about years and years of doing it. That stuff adds up very quickly. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure who gave me a like, but I really appreciate that like. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So it is crazy, you guys. Now, I want to talk about the 5 reasons why it costs less and it actually pays more to have an online business or be your own business owner. Number one, unlimited earning potential. See, when you're a business owner, you decide your income based upon your efforts, skill, and creativity, and not a boss's budget. Because when you work for a boss, they decide your income. But when you work for yourself, you decide your own income. Number two, low startup costs, or even online. Not like what I'm doing. I promote and resell digital products that I didn't have to create. And with digital tools, you can start from your phone or laptop with little to no overhead. Now, I will say this with a brick and mortar business, you are going to have a lot of overhead because you either have to pay for the building that you're buying, or you have to rent a space from a landlord, just like with an apartment. But only difference is you're renting space. It's for businesses. So, just like with shop or strip malls, let's see. Wish you much success in your business, bro. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. John. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With a brick and mortar business, you have a lot of overhead. Let's say, for example, if you decide to open up a restaurant or you decide to open up a clothing store, you have to turn that empty space into a restaurant, and you have to make that empty space make it into a restaurant. You have to buy the furniture, you got to buy the paint to paint the walls, you got to buy all the drywall and all that stuff. You got to buy the carpeting, the decorations, the appliances, you know, the silverware, all that stuff. Everything that makes a restaurant what is, you have to invest in all of that. And that's a lot, you guys. That is a lot. And that's before you even get a customer into a door and sell them a plate of food. That's what I'm talking about as far as overhead. That's a lot of overhead. But with this business that I'm talking about, you won't even pay that. It's a one-time investment and no monthly fees. And you can make anywhere from $1 to $900 a day from your cell phone by learning the skills that we teach you. Okay, learn the skills to run it back from your phone. And as long as you're committed to yourself, you are teachable, and you show up for yourself every day. And guess what? And the beautiful thing about it, you can set your own schedule. You don't have to go by somebody else's schedule. You can set your own schedule, right? Make it make sense. So yeah, you know, and that's the thing with there's little to no overhead with an online business. Number three, tax benefits. Business owners legally write off tax expenses like home office supplies, phone, internet, travel, training, and etc. And with the online business, if you're making money from your phone, like if you're using that business money to, buy groceries or pay bills or whatever, you could also use that towards a tax write-off as well. And I actually just learned that recently. I didn't know anything about that, so that's the beauty about having an online business. Number four, passive income streams. Once your system is set up, you can earn even when you're not working or even when you're sleeping. See, and that's the beautiful thing about this business. You would get a fully automated system that's 90% done for you. All you have to do is connect to everything, and we will show you step by step on how to do it. Very, very easy. Now, me personally, it took me about. Now, we've had people in our community to do this for, they had their businesses set up in 2 hours. Now, me personally, it took me a couple of days, but I finally got it though. But that's because I'm busy taking care of my mom and my brother, and I have everything going on around me. So it took me a couple of days to set up mine, but eventually I was able to get it. But everybody's speed is differently. Let's see. Wyoming is great to have a LLC because of order protection. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes, you can with this business that I'm talking about with master resale rights or MRR, where you make 100% profit. You can get an LLC, but with this business that I have, you don't have to, but it is optional if you want to get it. It's completely up to you. It's totally up to you. That's a good question. That's a good question though. That's a good topic. Very good topic. Very, very good topic. Number five, you control your schedule. You can work 2 hours a day if that's all you want to do. And if that's your design, that's completely now. You can work 2 hours a day. You could work 5 hours a day if that's what you want to do. I'm actually on this live stream. I'm actually working a little bit longer than because theoretically we don't, our minimum time worked is only 2 hours. So, you know, we teach you how to do 3 pieces of content, and and if you're comfortable, you can do 3 pieces of content throughout your day. You don't have to do it all at one time. You can do a 7-second video here. You could do a 30-second video there, and you can do a 1-minute video here. And if you are comfortable, you can do a live stream just like what I'm doing. Now, guess what? The beautiful thing about any of these, guess what? You do not have to show your face. We have a faceless brand that where you can be taught the skills on how to build. You can build a faceless brand. You can have an online business without ever showing your face. Now, me, sometimes I do show my face, but sometimes I don't, and that's why you're looking at my curtain right there. I just don't feel like showing my face, but however, you do see my picture right there. You see on my channel's page, you can see my picture. You see a picture of my face. But you could do faceless. You can do this thing completely faceless if you want to. If that's how you can run your business however you want to run it, and that's completely up to you. And that's what I'm trying to, and that's what I love about this business. It's flexible. But see, when you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're working for somebody else. You don't get flexibility. Even if you're doing deliveries, guess what? If you're not out there doing those deliveries, if you're not out there giving people rides, you're not making no money. And another downside about doing deliveries and giving rides, guess what? If your vehicle breaks down, you're not able to work. So guess what? That's lost income right there. If your boss decides to lay you off or fire you without warning, and it happens all the time, and I know this because it happened to me in 2022 when I lost my job after 12 years, after over a decade of working for the company. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Before this, I was just like most people on here. I was comfortable. I was skeptical. I thought everything was too good to be true. And I was in my comfort zone. But boy, when I got fired that day, it gave me a huge, a very big wake up call. And now I would be terrified to go back to a 9-to-5, because now I think about all the time that I spent there, and guess what? I cannot get that time back. The time you're putting in working for somebody else, you can never get that back. It's gone forever. See, there's many ways you can, it's 2025, there's many ways you can make money online, but you can never get the time back once you lose that time. It's gone forever. And as human beings, we can never get time back. We can never get time back for ourselves, time back with our families or anything. It's gone forever. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. It's a better way. We've all been taught that we have to slave away and work for somebody else. Work hard physical labor. That's what we've been taught. But there's a better way. People are now, running bags from their phones. You have teenagers and kids online now, and they're making millions of dollars, and they're not even adults. So why can't adults work 2 hours a day from their phones? Look, everything is going digital. Everything is going digital. AI and Chat GPT is taking over. All that is taken over. And a lot of these companies are laying people off because they're adopting these technologies. A lot of people have been laid off from UPS and in Amazon recently. It's because of ChatGPT and AI. Because again, a lot of them are adopting these technologies, and they only need a very small group of people who has the skills to work this technology. And guess what? The rest of us, we're useless. That's why most people are useless now, because companies are adopting this AI technology. So if they can adopt AI technology and all this stuff, why can't you work 2 hours a day from your phone, being your own boss? Come on now. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now listen, if you're still here, if you are still here, that means that this message is hitting you. And you know deep down that that 9 to 5 grind isn't going to set you free, right? And the truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to rescue you. You have to make that move yourself. Now, look, I'm just here to give you the message, but whether you make that move or not, that is entirely up to you. So, if you're ready to learn how to start your own online business working 2 hours a day, I want you to put a fire emoji in the chat right now if you're ready. If not, then don't do it. No one's pressuring you. You don't have to do it. But anyone who's ready, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And if you want to know more about the business that I'm doing, you can visit my link in my profile, the link in my channel on this channel's homepage. I'll also have the direct link in my pinned comments right here, legacywithsteven.com, and you can get your free freedom blueprint in your first email from me. But and that's entirely up to you. But don't wait until your next paycheck disappears again. Make your money work for you while you're sleeping. Now, before I go any further, I just want to make something crystal clear with this. I want to make something crystal clear with this. You know, I cannot guarantee you income in this business. The results will vary from person to person because I don't know your willingness to be teachable. I don't know your willingness to show up for yourself daily. I don't know your willingness to implement the strategies that we teach in this business. The results you get out of this business depends entirely on you because when you step into this space, you are not an employee no more. You are a business owner. And business owners, they take responsibility for their growth. That's the difference between staying stuck where you are and building something for yourself. Make it make sense now. Make it make sense. Let's see, Wyoming. Yep, sub to your channel. All right, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. But if you're new here, if you're watching, subscribe. If follow along with me. I go live, 5 to 6 days a week. Usually between like I don't know, sometimes, usually around this time of night, because in the daytime I'd be very busy. I'd be, taking care of my family and stuff. So, I have an elderly mother that I see about, and I have my brother with autism that I also see about. So, pretty busy day most of the day, but in the evenings I'm usually right here. So, I'll be here around this time. You can always come back and connect with me and just follow along with me. I love to have you here. So. And again, I'm looking to help people become business owners and, help them to learn the skills to be able to make passive income in their sleep from their phone. And I'm telling you guys, the cell phone that you're holding in your hand is very, very powerful. It can pay you. It's more than just something that you scroll on and that you just look at. You can literally turn it into an ATM machine. Literally. You really can. But, I want to leave you with this. You weren't meant to we weren't meant to just be put on this earth just to pay bills and die. We were meant to create something, to build something, to leave a legacy. The only thing standing between you and freedom is action. Every day you spend could either make you comfortable or make you free. But guess what? You decide whichever one is going to be. If you haven't already gone to my link yet, definitely jump in, because the action takers are the money makers. I'm just keeping it real with you. Action takers and money makers. And I'm ready to work with you personally, help you start your own online business and show you the same steps that changed my life. And here's what you're going to get when you join through me. You'll get free access to a supportive community of like minded people building their freedom together. And what I also love about this business is that you always have help. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You'll have my help. You'll have the help of 57,000 other people in our private community, which is in school.com, SKOOL, school.com. And when I first joined this community, it was only 11,000 people in it. Now it's 57,000 people in it. That just goes to show you the sheer volume of people who were sick and tired of being sick and tired, and who was ready for a change. So if you're ready for a change, come be a part, come be a part of our community, be a part of our family. You know, I'm a part. The community that I'm a part of will always help you. You know, Another thing is you'll get live mentors, real people who guide you step by step every single week. You'll also get a daily and weekly mentor videos to keep you constant and confident. You will get a pre-built website and automation. You'll gain instant access to high converting websites set up in just hours. I talked about this earlier. You could build a faceless brand mastery. Learn how to build a powerful personal brand without ever showing your face or recording videos. Effortless automation. Even if tech is not your thing, it's a plug and play thing, and it runs for you 24/7 while you're living your life. Daily passive income systems. Unlock the proven method to earn consistent hands-free income in just 2 hours a day of work per day from your phone. Now, with this business, you guys, you're gonna be using your phone. You are literally gonna be using your phone. Now, me personally, I use my you may have a laptop or a desktop, but I have a desktop computer. Now, only reason why I look at my desktop computer is so I can have a bigger screen. However, you'll mostly be using your cell phone. You will be using your cell phone the vast majority of the time. Reoccurring revenue strategy, because just like with your bills, we have reoccurring bills every month. Why not have a reoccurring income stream every month? Right? Right? Make it make sense. Email list explosion. Learn how to grow an email list of 20,000 plus, your most valuable long term asset. And with this business, you guys, connection equals currency. You're going to have an audience. With this business, you will be promoting on social media. So, the social media is the major backbone of this business. So, if you're not willing to promote on social media, then this may not be the right business module for you. So, it's something to think about. Social media monetization. Turn your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube into profit machines, even with a small following. And another thing I learned about this e-learning industry, what I love about it is it's a global business. It's just not constricted here to the United States. The whole entire world will be your customer base. Now, my perfect customer are 9 to 5 workers who are 9 to 5 workers or gig workers, because that's what I used to do, and that's what's relatable to me. Your perfect customer might be single moms or single dads, or grandmas or grandpas, or aunts or uncles. Your perfect customers might be those people. We all have somebody that we can relate to. So, your your audience is not about the amount of followers or subscribers that you have in this business. It's about those real small groups of people that you can connect with. And again, connection equals currency. So, and we will teach you the skills on how to connect with people with your ideal perfect customer. And again, 5 billion people worldwide use social media every day, but less than 1% is digital marketing. So again, the whole world is your customer base. Now, this is not no motivational speech. This is activation. So we're building something real here. Now, I will say this. You don't have to be great to get started, you guys. You don't have to be this perfect influencer. You don't have to be this superstar or anything like that. You don't have to have a pretty background or anything like that. Just be yourself. Just be you. If you're a fancy city person, then be a city person. If you're a hometown country girl, be a hometown country girl if that's what you are. If you are a cussing fool, then be a cussing fool because you will connect with other cussing fools. So I'm just saying, we all have somebody that we can relate to and that we can connect with. You know. So I'm just using those as examples. So, and guess what, you guys? We all have a story to tell. We all have a story to tell, including yourself. We all have a story. So, and again, you do not have to be great to get started. Just go ahead and get started, and you can work towards being great later. Now, I'm getting ready. I'm finna get ready to close now. I'm fixing to get ready to leave. But before I end this live stream, before I go, I want to leave you with something to really think about. I want to leave you something to really think about. Before you go clock into work today, before you get into that car and do your gig work like Uber or DoorDash or Lyft or Instacart or whatever you do, I want you to think about this. Every time you put a stranger into your car, every time you pick up groceries or pick up somebody's lunch or dinner and go up 3 or 4 flights of stairs to drop it off at their house or apartment, when a customer talks down to you or cusses you out because you were late with their order, or if the order was messed up, or if you got a teed off stranger in the back seat of your car because you were late picking them up, or if you're out there tired and frustrated and wanting that next or waiting for that next ping on your phone for another ride or gig, when your boss yells at you at your 9 to 5 job, ask yourself this question: is this really what I want to be doing a year from now, or the year after that, or the year after that, or the year after that? Ask yourself that question, because here's the truth. You can't build freedom if you're spending every day helping somebody else to build theirs. The hours you spend driving around or clocking in could be the same hours learning a skill that pays you while you're sleeping. Every time you say, every time you say to yourself, "Well, I don't have time," what you're really saying is, "I'm okay with being stuck." And I know deep down you're not okay with staying stuck. And what you're also saying is that you haven't made your future or your life important enough yet. That's why you're here on this live stream tonight. And then guess what, you guys? When something is truly important to you, whatever it is, when something is truly important, you will make time for it. We will make time for it, no matter what, no matter the sacrifice, no matter the situation. You want more, and you know you want more. You just don't know how yet. And that's exactly what I'm here to show you. So the next time you're out there doing deliveries or your boss is getting on your nerves, I want these words to echo in your head. You deserve better. You deserve a change. But change only starts when you put your foot down and finally say, enough is enough is enough. Legacy starts with a choice, your choice. And tonight might be just the night you make it. If you have not following along with me, or if you haven't subscribed to this channel, be sure to subscribe to this channel and follow along with me. If you want to know more about this business opportunity that I'm doing, you could tap the link in this chat, or if you're watching this a replay later, the link will be in the description and also on my channel's homepage in the description. I will see you all tomorrow in the next live stream. You have a good night.